Hello, everyone. When people join, if people join, um, welcome to D2B's Lego controversial. Bleh. Welcome to D2B's controversial Lego building, and I'm gonna be building the Lego Bumblebee since this is a Transformers channel. And I've been putting this off long enough, so why don't we begin? I did kind of open it already. Yeah, I'm probably going to do this for maybe an hour, and then I'll head out. We'll see how this does. Let's get the first bag. Alright, here we go. Alright. Oh! 3 people just joined the stream. Welcome. Alright. Oh, no, just jumped to one. Alright. Oh, hey, Eric. What is up? We are here to build the Lego Bumblebee. Since this is a Transformers channel after all, and I had this set for a while, I even have in the background the Lego Optimus Prime. Just wanted to try this out, see if people would be interested. But yeah. Unfortunately, I sold all my Legos. Dang, Eric. I would say buy them all again. Start collecting Lego again, but no, don't. Lego has gone crazy with their prices. All right, get the legend out of here. All right, so we're gonna need this. We need this. Yes, space it a little bit. Oh, there's another one. I still have all the Transformers figures and all my Skylanders. I will never sell them. Yes. Good. Never sell those. Yeah. I have all my Transformers figures. And I'll pan away from this for a bit. But all my Skylanders are all the way over there. Alright, anyway, let's continue. So we need this piece. Ghost Skylanders are the best, yeah. There are so many cool types of Skylanders. Those games were just really fun. I just need to... Funny enough, I actually have a review of the first Skylanders game. I have it all recorded, like the audio part. I just need to get to the background and then also adding my avatar guy into it. So yeah, there will be a Skylanders review on the channel at some point. Try to see if I can bring back Skylanders type content, because I do generally like those games. Alright. Oop, forgot a piece. Do you remember Creo? I had Creo, Jazz, Ratchet, and Bumblebee. Unfortunately, I sold them all. I sold them with all my Legos. Yeah, I remember them too. I remember Creo. That was like the main reason I got Creo, was because it was Transformers. It was, at the time, I thought it was going to be like the closest thing to Lego. But look where we are now. We have both. We have an Optimus. We have a Bee, which I'm building now, and then a Soundwave, which I want to get desperately. Oh, I see. But the Creo, I had when they were a thing, and I still have some of the pieces to it, is I had Sentinel, I had the 2-pack between Optimus and Megatron when I think Prime season, no, it was when Prime was still new, the Dark Energon pack, back when they were selling bricks to look like Dark Energon, and you could make like the ultimate Dark Energon weapon, I'm pretty sure it was called. Lego Beast Machines Megatron would be awesome. Dude, there would be so many characters that would be awesome to get in Lego, but I don't think they're going to. Like, Starscream would be cool, but knowing Lego's anti-military toy policy, I don't think it would happen. Or Megatron. I don't think we're going to get Megatron. Unless if Lego is willing to bend those rules or makes Megatron a whole new alt mode, I don't think we're getting Megatron. Which sucks, because it would go well with this Optimus. It's a Lego policy I've never really agreed with. I think it's dumb. Alright. Which, speaking of Beast Machines, now thinking about it, we need some more representation for Beast Machines for figures. Because all we got is like that small Cheetor. The core class, I think it's called now. It used to be called Cyberworld back in my day. No, not Cyberworld, Cyberverse. But yeah, we have like the core class Beast Machines Cheetor, and Beast Machines need some more representation. It makes me think if they're even going to do it. Like, I know people don't like Beast Machines because they're all stupid. I'm kidding. Well, mostly. But I mean, there's still plenty of characters in Beast Machines that would still sell well. For Hasbro for them. Wait, Lego doesn't sell military. Lego military vehicle sets? No, they don't. They don't, or they do it with Star Wars for some reason. They do it with Star Wars, where oh, I messed this up. Hold on. They'll do Star Wars military vehicles where they're all sci-fi and stuff, but actual military stuff like tanks, jets, and more, they won't. Oh, and maybe they would do a No, wait, no, never mind. They won't. Because I remember hearing about the scrapped Apache helicopter set they were supposed to release, but then people got mad because it went against Lego's military policy, so they ended up scrapping the set. So yeah, unless if Lego's willing to break those rules for more Transformers characters, I don't think we're getting Megatron or Starscream. What's this? I remember when I was in a tank museum with my father when I was little, and my cousin got a tank set from a Lego clone. Huh? The tank set was sold in the tank museum. That's interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, museums are cool. They're very, very nice. Did I skip a step? Am I missing something? Because this, I feel, hasn't shown up. Oh, yeah, I did. I'm an idiot. So I'll have to fix. Hey, what's up, Prime Vault? Yeah, I'm just building Lego Bumblebee here with Eric. And also, we're having discussion about Lego's military policy and how they won't make military sets. Almost forgot these. I can't believe I would do that. So how are you, Prime Vault? Last time I saw you was in my comments of my last community post. I hope you had enjoyed the rest of your day, buddy. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day the best way you could. Have you seen the original toys for Beast Machines, Viacons? They look cool, but they do not look. Yeah, I have seen them. I'd say it's like if I'm remembering right, it's like Jetstorm and Tankor that differ the most away from the original designs. It's so weird. And then I think I saw there was like a Strika toy, which she doesn't look terrible, but I think we need an updated version of her. And most definitely we need an Obsidian and a Jetstorm, because as I said, Jetstorm he looked nothing like his Beast Machine's counterpart. I'm pretty sure the Jetstorm toy had legs, and that is very, very inaccurate. And Thrust. I can't remember what. I swear Thrust looked close. Let me look it up real quick. Oh, well, screw me. I guess I was wrong. I guess I was wrong. Literally just searched Beast Machines Thrust, and one of the sellers has him standing on legs. And yeah, no, his head's not even the right place. That is so interesting. Nope, not that one. Back to live stream. Beast Machines, in my opinion, was the worst designs in this franchise. The Maximals in that show look like deranged creatures that are trying to be robots. I am still surprised that Botanica still doesn't have a toy. Yeah, that's interesting. And then going back to your comment, Prime Volt. Now I'll agree with the Maximals. Their designs are horrible. I agree with that. But you have to admit the Viacon designs are pretty cool. And also, that show isn't that bad. I think. Oh no, hold on. It's still okay. I'm back. Beast modes are still fine. Yeah, that's true. Beast modes are fine. Beast modes look cool. And also, regardless of the models, you have to admit the animation for Beast Machines is a step up. Like, you could tell Beast Wars was still kind of dated and rough in some edges. Granted, I didn't care because I don't let animation bug me like that. I think Beast Wars animation is fine, but you have to admit Beast Machines did step up by its graphics, even if the models were a huge downgrade. Yes, the Viacons are great looking. Yes, it is. Plus, Beast Machines is the true ending of G1. Yeah. I remember when I talked to Rodimus Primal, he considered Beast Machines as its own universe. But, nah, I still appreciate it as part of the G1 canon. Beast Machines animation is beautiful. Hey, Nick! Didn't expect to see you here. Welcome to the Lego building stream. And it's been a while since you've been on a stream. How have you been, Nick? Now I only occasionally see you on the Discord server. And in Japan, I think Beast Wars Neo is the perfect ending for G1 in Japan. It probably is. I still haven't checked it out. I've been well. How about you? Doing well as well. I know that was a terrible sentence. But yeah, I've been doing well. Just working, doing videos as much as I can. I'll probably have after this stream, I'm probably going to finish up the review I'm working on, which is Transformers Cyber World episode 27 and 28 review. All right. Okay, so When I looked at the IDW Beast Wars 2021 comics, I don't mind Nyx, but why not Night Scream for Maximo, who transforms into... I'm guessing you meant Bat, but accidentally typed Bat instead. No, I agree. I also don't hate Night Scream. I remember people saying, like, oh, Night Scream is annoying. I thought he was fine. I thought he was a decent new kid appeal character. Yeah, he would be cool. Even if the figures don't look good, I will collect if every figure, if they ever do a Beast Machines, decide to make Beast Machines updated figures. I like Night Scream. Yeah, I do too. I think he's overhated. I think people mostly complain about his character too much, and also his character design. Which I'll admit, his bot form does look goofy. I won't argue with people on those two things, but I still will fight that show for that show. Actually, one of the response videos that I'm actually going to be working on once I'm done with the two projects that I've already recorded is going to be a response video where they're dunking on Beast Machines. This person's dunking on it. And then I also want to eventually do a review on Beast Machines and explain why it's overhated, along with Prime. You know what would be cool to see? TIE fighters into Transformers. Oh yeah, that would be cool. I mean, they might have done that. I remember the whole Star Wars Lego, not Star Wars, the Star Wars and Transformers crossover figures. I used to own the Star Destroyer Anakin / Darth Vader figure. I used to own that. Now I wish I owned that again. And we got Prime Vault. To be honest, I don't mind Night Scream. It's just his name sounds more like a Predacon name than a Maximal name. Okay. Interesting take. I don't think I've heard that one before. Fun fact, in German dub for Beast Machines, Jetstorm has the same voice actor who voices Squidward and Sensei Wu. Really? That is interesting. You learn new things every day. Yeah. But speaking of Ninjago, the original was so cool. I love the original show. It was so good. I mean, the later seasons after March of the Oni weren't that great, but I still consider them canon. Even though I hated the fact that they were doing more episodes, but the fact they were doing more episodes was because the episodes were way shorter. And then Dragons Rising. I didn't finish Dragons Rising. I only saw season 3 because they brought my favorite villain back from that show, Moro. They brought him back. And I watched it. I wasn't impressed. And then I became pissed off with the show after I saw what they did to Moro. I even have a video on that, on what they did to Moro. Because I wasn't even going to bother with Dragons Rising because, like, I felt like Ninjago has been going on for way too long. Like, that show started back in 2011. And it lasted all the way to 2023 to 2024. Anyway. Eric, since you're German, is there any story differences in their version of Transformers? Cinema edit perfectly. Nexo Knights needs a conclusion, and Ninjago should have ended a long time ago. Yep, I agree. I never watched the entirety of Ninjago, but I remember watching the first 13 episodes. Dude, it's a good show. It's a great show. It's not perfect, but for a Lego show, it was pretty good. But yeah, I need to finish Nexo Knights. I remember Nexo Knights when it first came out being fine. And that's how I'm feeling about it right now. Not saying that Nexo Knights doesn't have its moments that make me laugh. But I can see why they kept Ninjago for so long. Because, like, Ninjago was extremely popular. And then also, with Ninjago, the new series, they also, to what I've heard, they also made Cole gay in that show. Even though he was established as straight, but whatever. Oh, yeah, I just realized this is the foot. This is cool. But yeah, I was more focused on the Morrow thing. Because again, he's my favorite villain out of that whole series. Or one of my favorite villains. Season 5 is like my favorite season in that whole show. At Prime Vault, I don't know if there's any differences in the German dub for Beast Machines, but a lot of great voice actors came from that show. Did any of you see Lugna is now in Skybound? Is he? Oh, I'm curious now. You know what? Me back in the day, I would be excited to see Lugnut. Part of me would be excited to see him back, like how I was excited to see Bulkhead. I'm like, oh, Bulkhead doesn't get that much representation in Transformers media anymore. Last thing he was in was RID 2015, and then they had him leave with Alita. I'm like, oh, that's disappointing. Why, Robert Kirkman? Why? All right. So I don't know how to feel about that. One of the projects I'm still working on is that 31 review explaining why it's overrated. Because I'm sorry, issue 31 is overrated, in my opinion. People are jumping back onto the Skybound wagon way too soon. It's been one issue since 30. We should still be questioning it. All right. I've seen very couple of clips of Ninjago, but I totally wouldn't mind watching an episode. And let me tell you, the actor of Cole passed away almost 6 years ago, and the fans were devastated. Yeah, he did pass away. I heard he passed away. And, like, that sucks. I wish he didn't pass away, because the season that he was last a part of, he was like the show was like almost over about the time he passed away. There was like one more season left. I mean, I'm still happy he lasted as long as he did. Because Cole was a funny character in that show. And the guy who does Morrow, which is who voices him now, he does okay. But it's not going to be as good as the original actor. It's just not the same since he passed away. Yep, that's true, Prime Vault. That's true, Prime Vault. He does also voice Cole. And, yeah, he voices Rad. That is true. So yeah, unfortunately, we'd never get a proper reunion between the Armada humans. We would never get it because of that passing. Kirby Morrow was his name, yeah. Kirby Morrow was also voiced Hotshot. Yeah, he did. I forgot he was a Hotshot in Cybertron. I totally forgot about that. It's been 30 minutes and we're still on this foot. Is there anything else? And I messed this up again. Of course I did. And all right, hold on. But yeah, my favorite project with Kirby Morrow is Hot Wheels. Alki Racer. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Curse my dyslexia. I'm kind of glad Hasbro doesn't continue the Unicron trilogy intent perfectly with Transformers Cybertron. I mean, I'm glad too. Like, that trilogy was definitely stretched. Okay, so here's the fun fact. So Cybertron in Japan doesn't even connect to that trilogy. That's the fun fact of it. Like, even Japan was like, after Energon, like, no, it needs to end with Energon. We should move on from it. But then Hasbro's like, nah, we're gonna keep going with this universe for one more hoorah. So they changed it. They changed it so much in the American dub to have it to be a continuation. Which, I mean, it does decently as a continuation. But yeah. To me, the Unicron trilogy ends with Armada. Energon was a mess, and Cybertron, it's its own thing. Yeah, I guess. I guess that's fair. I don't hate Energon, personally. I think Energon is a little bit overhated. Looking back on the series, I mean, I'll admit it's bad. When you compare it to Armada, it is a huge downgrade from it. But I think it has some of its I think it has its moments and its own little charm to it. I'll admit it's not perfect. I prefer it as a trilogy, but I watched the original Japan version of the Unicron trilogy at some point. Unicron trilogy may not be perfect, but it has a soul. Yep, I'm with Eric. Now I would check out the Japan version of Cybertron to see how different it was. Even though I think the American version gave it like enough of a difference. But yeah, it's mixed for me when it comes to Cybertron. Like, you could, it's like, yeah, it's its own thing, but at the same time they made it connect. And I don't mean like a line continuity nonsense where I don't mean a line of continuity where they said these connect and then they have like no connection at all. I mean, like, they actually tampered with the story to make it fit. I just hate what they did to Starscream and Energon, making his sacrifice pointless. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Actually, the problem is what they did. The problem is what they did to Starscream. The problem is they never address it or try to fix it. They never try to redeem Starscream, which is the problem for me. Because it's an interesting concept for Starscream to come back, but then they they just bring him back and they do nothing with him. And also, what they said to Starscream in that show, like a Decepticon can't be redeemed, and that it was Optimus who said that, and it was the same episode that Starscream returned. And it was just insulting. I do love Megatron's evolution through the trilogy. He became more evil and cold-hearted throughout the show. Yeah. All right. He almost... I think we're getting close to the foot being done. I mean, granted, we don't have a lot of pieces. I hope we're getting close. Because it's already been 37 minutes. But hey, if you guys like me doing it, I'll keep doing it. I think this is fun, just building Legos and chatting with you guys. David Kaye needs to voice Megatron again in the future. I also wouldn't mind if he did Optimus. Is that the same show? Wait. Let me read that again. David Kaye needs to voice Megatron again in the future. Also wouldn't mind if he did Optimus. Optimus is that same show. Oh, you mean like him doing both? That's interesting. I mean, I wouldn't mind him returning as Megatron, personally. Do you know what we really need? Even though it's probably not going to happen, knowing the state of Hasbro right now. We need a movie where it's... And even if it's like a short or a continuation to Rise of the Beast, we need a movie where Peter Cullen, Gary Chalk, David Kaye, and Megatron are all there. Or something. They need to interact. I think I heard David Kaye and Frank Welker have met each other. I'm pretty sure. Sideways will have PTSD because he unable to kill humans twice. One time in Armada, in that weird dimension, and in Cybertron, where he was defeated by Kobe, Lori, and Bud. That's another weird thing about Cybertron, where it's like, okay, I don't know if these could connect. Is they had two separate Sideways in it, because the Armada Sideways was a pawn of Unicron, but then Cybertron Sideways was like a whole different character that had nothing to do with Unicron. Oops. Yeah, I think I'm about here. Yeah, that is a plot hole with that show. I mean, still not as bad as the aligned continuity with fitting stuff in, even though the aligned continuity had a lot of good stuff in it, but it just didn't fit together. I thought Sideways was Unicron himself, or am I misremembering? Actually, no, I think you're right. He's more of a vessel. Kind of like I think how like Nemesis Prime was in that show. Well, it's a good thing I'm planning to rewatch Armada at some point with some friends. I think Optimus just killed Sideways Minicon. That is how Sideways survived. Interesting. All right. I do like Sideways Minicon called Mirror. He was indeed something very creepy. Yeah. Armada had good writing in it. Armada had good writing. It had an amazing soundtrack. It was slow, but slow doesn't always mean bad. That's what people like Perspective Ends needs to understand. Is slow doesn't mean bad. Remember when he said that about Prime? And now people say that Prime sucks. It's just not as good as G1. Megatron's an idiot in that show. No, he wasn't. You liar. This was probably like Megatron at his smartest. If you said G1 Megatron, I would completely agree, except for the movie. He was pretty smart in the movie. All right, connect. Have you seen that little short film where Megatron stole the golden disc? Oh, Theft of the Golden Disc. Yeah, I've seen it. Great fan film. I remember it was back in 2018. I think I watched it for the first time. And I'll say it's a decent little fan film. I think it's pretty good. The Armada theme is amazing. Definitely in my top 5 of the themes. Yeah, it's the theme is cool. The theme is cool. It's just, as I said in the last Guard episode, it's the intro of that show because we barely get to hear the music because Rad is talking. Hey, Rad, let me listen to the theme. G1 Megs was only dumb because of being a 80s villain and restrained by TV censorship. Yeah, that's true. I like that the drone from Beast Machines was by um, Cryotech side. Yeah, that was cool. And if you guys pay attention, if I'm remembering right, I do plan to rewatch the fan film. In the background, you could also see the models of Tankor, Thrust, and Jetstorm in the computer in the background of that animation. I'm pretty sure you see their models. Like, they're in the early development stages. Where am I? Oh. But yeah, no, you're completely right. It is I like that the drone from Beast Machines was by Cryotech side because says Eric, and then Prime Vault says because if there were no sensors in G1, Starscream would have been dead by the 3rd episode of the show. Thank you. Thank you. Hot take. Hot take. This might piss you guys off, but this is how I felt. I mean, I've grown on the character a little bit, but my point still sort of stands. And some people might remember it because I did mention it in the first collab I did with Nerds Feed. But I actually don't like G1 Starscream that much. As a kid, I thought G1 Starscream was overrated because he stayed around way too long. Like, he constantly kept betraying Megatron, like, every 10 seconds. I'm like, I can't stand this character. It's obnoxious. Megatron, just kill him already. And that was actually one of my favorite parts of the G1 movie as a kid was when he died. Like, finally! And then when I watched animated, I'm like, yes! Let's go! Don't get me wrong, I love G1 Starscream, but how he survived till the movie is just incredible. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, as I said, it's a hot take in my opinion. I do like the fact that the Maximals and Predacons had drone companies. The drone from the Beast Machines from Cryotech, later Megatron Navy for Leo Convoy, the other Navy for Big Convoy, and D Navy for Megmatron. Um, Okay. Okay, so now we need to add these in. Here's my hot take. Genria is Optimus Prime. Mic drop. Wait, is that the guy? Is that the character who looks like Optimus? Isn't it that guy? And it's just his power because and his body for that character is isn't it like Power Master Optimus? Oh, that's funny. Because I remember you and Eric arguing about that or fact checking you in a live stream. I remember that. Yes, got a gem right. Yeah. D Navy. Going back to Eric's message, D Navy was Dragonfly. I had a profile picture for a few months ago. Oh, that's who that was. When that I remember seeing like a fly or something as your profile picture. I'm like, what is that from? But that makes sense now. I okay, we're oh no, I actually got that. So let's move on to the next page. We are almost done with step 1, and then so we sort of finished the foot, and then we're gonna do more of the foot with bag 2. All right. Did I build this the wrong way? Or oh wait, this is his other foot. Okay. Let's start building. What does Bumblebee transform into? Okay, hold on. Let me finish this step and I can show off the box. Because I'm guessing you're referring to Lego Bumblebee. Because it's weird. I think he transforms into a yellow car. Yeah, it is. It is a yellow car. But give me 1 second. Let me just put in these pieces and then I'll show off the box. This is what he transforms into. I know it's not a beetle. I know it's not a beetle. I think it's like an attempt to be a beetle, but it's not. Yeah. Also, forgot to mention this in the the start. He looks. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of the design choices of this set. Some things feel off, and I feel like his transformation could be better. Or at least in the stock images, he doesn't look right. I'm hoping he's better. He's holding a firearm. I mean, Optimus has his ion blaster with him. It's like, as we discussed, me and Eric discussed earlier in the stream, it's like, Lego won't do weapons unless if they're sci-fi weapons. Lego is full of hypocrites. Hot take. Transformers 1 Soundwave looks very skinny with his arms. Dude, even hotter take. I think Transformers 1 Soundwave sucks in his design. I think, not to swear, because I try not to swear on this channel, but, or at least for, I don't. I'll let people on live stream swear, but Transformers 1 Soundwave's design sucks ass. It looks so bad. It has ideas, but it's so bad. Like, even the toy that was revealed for him not too long ago, they had to fix it. And the toy actually looks better. The toy actually looks better than the animation model it's based off of. Which says a lot, in my opinion. Oh, I made it too tall. Lego, we don't make military sets. Also Lego makes millions of Star Wars sets. I know, right? It's so hypocritical. It's like, hey, pick one. Are you not gonna do military sets, or are you gonna do the military sets? We all know how Transformers 1 fans react when we say something negative about this movie. Well, screw the TF1 fandom. They're one of the most toxic fandoms in existence. I mean, look at TF Hype Guy. That guy, like, cries every time TF1 is brought into conversation. Every day, every month, he says, we were so close to getting a sequel to Peak. That guy is so obnoxious. And it's, and yeah, you're right, Eric, because they're annoying to fight with. If you don't like the movie, you'll just like, but TF1 was great. It was like the bestest Transformers thing ever. I mean, I'm not going to say every fan is bad when it comes to Transformers 1, but most of them are. I'm sorry if you don't want to hear it, but it's true. They are so unbelievably unreasonable to talk to. Which part of me is kind of glad we didn't get that movie flopped. And we're not getting a sequel. Because I feel like TF1 did some damage to the fandom. And screw the IDW fans. There's no IDW in Ba Sing Z. I have no idea what that is. Say what you want, but the 86 film and 2007 film are peak movies of the franchise. I want Prime Vault. I'm going to show your comment. I 100% agree. Those are the best movies, in my opinion. Those are the best Transformers movies. 86 is a good movie. I really love the story to that. That was the Avatar, The Last Airbender reference. Dang, now I know I need to rewatch Avatar. Which, speaking of Avatar, I'm going to bring this randomly into topic because I'm the host and I can do whatever I want. But two questions. One, have you guys seen the leaked Avatar movie? And two, did you know there are Blu-rays to it now that you can buy on eBay? Yeah, that was something I was actually meaning to bring up in a community post, was the whole Avatar movie drama, and also how the person who leaked the movie could or went to jail for 7 years. I haven't seen Avatar in years. That's better than me. That's better than me. I haven't seen it. I didn't see it until like 2 years ago. So I'm still relatively new to Avatar. The 86 film's only flaw is killing off Optimus and the other 84 bots. I disagree. And here's why. So, maybe some of them could have lived. That would, if it was some, I could get that. But with 86, I think it was extremely necessary to do it, to kill off characters, because it actually introduced stakes to the franchise. Because G1, it killed off nobody. It killed off nobody in that show. And then the movie came in and killed a lot of characters. and actually put some stakes in the franchise. And also, Optimus's death led to Rodimus Prime's journey, which I adore his journey in the movie. I have heard some complaint. I've had some counter arguments. Some counter arguments with some friends, going like, but he could have lived longer and then died like near the end of the movie. I'm like, that's fair, but if he died near the end, it wouldn't really matter. I don't. At that point, Rodimus's journey, in my opinion, would have not been valid, and would have probably actually made me hate that movie. As much as I didn't want to see Optimus go, I think it was the best way to do it. And all the G1 fans can at me, or you guys. You guys can at me, but that is my hot take. I think killing off those characters was necessary. Should it have been every character? No. And should have they died right away? Also no. But it brought some stakes to the franchise. You have to admit, G1 killed nobody. The cartoon. Nobody. I remember a friend saying, like, they technically killed Alpha Tribe. I'm like, no, they didn't. All right. All right, I'm going to split now. All right, nice seeing you, Eric. Have a good day. No, not Eric. Nick. Have a good day, Nick. Don't at me. I just got so enticed in this conversation. Have a good day, Nick. But yeah, I think it was necessary. And I wish the show continued after that. Actually, even hotter take. The flaw with G1 is it didn't kill anybody. That was what G1's biggest mistake was, is didn't kill anyone in the show. 1 second. Okay. Sorry, an alarm went off on my device. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. And because they didn't kill off anyone in the beginning, it hurt the movie. extremely, because kids weren't prepped for that. And with war, it's a serious subject. And I think they should have introduced death pretty early on. Even if it was you brought some random guy in to die in the show, I wouldn't have cared. It would have introduced the kids to the concept of death and then also get them used to the concept of them dying, and this whole anti-G1 movie narrative wouldn't exist if they actually prepped it. Rodimus Primal made a really good point back in his Count of Cam podcast that he did, which Common and Cam wiped because he is a little crybaby. Rodimus actually brought up a good point. Like, if it was Bumblebee who tried saving Optimus, people wouldn't complain. But no, since it was a new character, like, Red killed Optimus. Anyway, not to get in that little tangent, but that is a hot take that I have been desperate to get off my chest again. Only random Autobots and Decepticons die in the first two seasons of G1. Did they? I mean, they might have. They might have. I could be wrong. I feel like they didn't die, but I'll have to look back in those first two episodes because no one to my knowledge died. G1 is only the screen deaths was Optimus in Dark Awakening before that was retcon. Yeah, but that came after. That came after the movie. I'm talking before the movie. Oh, hey. Welcome, newcomer. Have you seen Emperor Whatever Quat's Velocitron video where he wants to say that Override was the best? Of course Quat did that. Oh, boy. But yeah, Magnus Prime OG7, welcome. All right. So that's it for step 1. Let's go to step 2. Hold on, Prime Vaults. Oh, hey, more people. Does Orion, Ariel, Dion count as deaths? Not Aaliyah, not Ariel and Orion. Well, that's mixed because they die, but then they come back to life. Except for Dion. We don't know if he is dead or not. People like to theorize he's Ultra Magnus. Personally, for me, I have him as his own separate guy. Personally, because he looks nothing like Ultra Magnus. I didn't even think about Dion. I mean, I guess you could count Dion as a death. Hey, look at that, Prime Vault. You proved me wrong a little bit. Let's catch up with this chat a little bit. Desertion of the Dinobots Part 2, War Dawn Deaths. Chemquat incorrectly shill for Decepticons if they were in real life. Yeah, no kidding. Chemquat would. Literally anything bad the Decepticons would do, Chemquat would find a way to justify if Decepticons were real. Just imagine, like, Mr. Kumquat. Um, can you explain why the Decepticons burnt down that hospital? Well, you see, there was secretly a fascist Autobot in there disguised as a heart monitor, so the Decepticons needed to blow up the hospital. But isn't that terrorism? No, because the Decepticons did it. Okay. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I'm really sorry, I couldn't resist. That was too funny of a concept. I'm sorry. I needed to make the joke. Let's go. I'm going to YouTube real quick. Check something. Oh my gosh, more comments. All right. I like the idea of Dion being Sentinel. I mean, that's a cool thought, but didn't Sentinel get killed by Megatron in War Dawn? No, it was in that flashback of Cybertron's history where Sentinel was killed. All right, but let's move on to bag 2 after I catch up with some comments. Is because Transformers, relatively to its peers at the time, did rapidly evolve and merge into some of its more... Oh, you're talking about Beast Wars. How it matured after that. Jeez. I'll just stop here. Holy Decepticon glazing Batman. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. The hospital was haunted by an Autobot. It needed to be done. Bro, imagine if that actually happened. That needs to be a skit. That needs to be a skit when I do Kumquat's video. That needs to be a skit. That is too funny. Once I wanted to make a fanfic where the tone is more G1 with some dumb influencers chick being used as the mouthpiece by the dang it. No, I'm skipping that message. Let me pull up the message to try and read it. Once I wanted to make a fanfic, the tone is more G1 with some dumb influencer chick being used as a mouthpiece by the Decepticons. Soundwave is a G-Wagon. G-Wagon. But he is getting increasingly brain rot. Oh, that's hilarious. You need to do that. That's too hilarious, man. Make the Decepticons evil again? 100%. Emperor whatever Quat, the Decepticons' strongest supporter. Yep. Stopped watching Kumquat because she was very IDW version of the Decepticon. Because she has a very IDW version of the Decepticons and apologetic to their evil. And because when she started, she sounded like a dude, and now sounds like a yo, yo. What the fuck did I just read? I'm not judging you, buddy. I'm not judging you. The guy I read the comment to I get it. Writing sentences is hard. I won't. But yeah, 100%. I'll be frank. I never. I'll be frank. I never saw Kumquat's channel from the beginning. I saw it like after the transition. And I don't know, I just didn't enjoy Kumquat. Kumquat was just personally not my favorite channel at the time. And I originally I would left Kumquat alone, but no, Kumquat's an awful person. Especially that Nightshade video. LOL, I mean, she sounded like a girl and now sounds like a dude. A Burke Kumquat is what I like to call that shill. Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, I completely skipped over Eric's comments about orbital bacon. And I'll start step 2. It was Orbital Bacon who made me realize that Emperor Whatever Quat is a fucked up person. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, and then fortunately Orbital Bacon became crazy too. Unfortunately. I think he let the shills get to his head. Which is sad to see that happen. And this is something I want to kind of expose Fire Brothers for real quick. As much as I've grown on the Fire Brothers and I got to talk to him, and it's a good thing he doesn't know this channel exists, but the fact that he blamed G1 for being the reason Orbital and Carlos went insane is so unbelievable. Especially since he said he liked Rodimus Primal later. Especially since he said that. Because, like, my point was, like, how does that have to do with anything? Like, Rodimus Primal was also kicked from the Shill group. He was also kicked. And had all of his collabs with Common Cam deleted, except for the Hot Rod video, which he's going to be remaking, by the way. He might have already done it. Oh, hey, buddy. Cat invasion. Hey, buddy. What's up? I'm with you on that. I thought, hold on. Hey, buddy. I'd love for you to be on, but I need to finish this. I'm more of a bunny person, but I do like cats. Yeah. Yeah. Cats are nice. Personally, if I could, and if I had the energy, and also if some relatives weren't allergic to cats, no, to dogs, I would have both a cat and a dog. I would, because I like both. And I would raise them at a young age where they don't want to chase each other. Yeah, no problem. Shame people ruin their body that way. Yeah. I have two cats. For a while, Prime Vault, I was with you. I was a two cat person. Then my brother's girlfriend came into our house and lives with us. And now we have four. Now we have four cats. Yeah. Yeah, that was at the time, that was our older cat, which we got second from our first cat, which was a kitten. I would bring the small little cat that we have, which is a black cat, but he doesn't like it down here in the basement. He doesn't like it. Too many noises for him. But yeah, as I was saying, I thought the exact same thing. I thought Kumquat was a guy being a girl. Not gonna lie. And then I was correct and like, no, Kumquat was a girl. Like, really. So, yeah, I was wrong. All right, let's finish this step. Dang it, I put it in the wrong spot. Hey, hold on. Doesn't this break Lego's rules? No, wait, that's something else that breaks Lego's rules with their builds. But granted, they've been breaking that rule too anyway. At Prime Vault, I only know him for YouTube. I don't tend to follow other social media besides Rumble. Wait, who's on Rumble? Don't get me wrong. I started on Primus. They made him a wimp called Rug. I am missing a lot. What did you say, Prime Vault? That involves. It's probably somewhere. Somebody could explain it to me. What Prime Vault said. Prime Vault, can you resend the comment that BW at Skins is talking about with Rumble? I'll be fair with you, man. I was considering making a Rumble. Orbital Bacon. Oh, Orbital Bacon has a Rumble. Makes sense. But yeah, I've been considering making a Rumble account too. Like as a bonus. Because YouTube's not doing great. I mean, I'll still keep my channel. I get most of my followers here. Most of my followers are on YouTube. Like all my other social media platforms, I don't have many followers. Like Twitter, I only have. Twitter just keeps jumping back and forth for me. It's like the highest one I had was 10 followers, and then it jumped back to 5. Like, are you kidding me? Western Transformers riders really hate Beast Wars 2 and Beast Wars Neo. Are you saying that because they were because they never use them? I was talking about Orbital Bacon and those questionable posts he made that made the shills go mad. Oh. At Eric, they hate strength and masculinity. Yes, they do. So many companies hate masculinity. If you're a white man, you're just an awful human being of existence. You need to be destroyed. Stop being a mean white male. Which I say, proud to be a white man. But all jokes aside, people need to stop with the race stuff. It's annoying. They need to stop with the racism and the sexism comments. Do you wonder why people's channel like mine's bothers me? Wait, no, that's not what I said. No. Let me re-say that. Do you know why people like my channel exist? Or like Geeks and Gamers, or Ryan Kennel, or all these YouTubers? You know why they exist? Because everyone kept calling them toxic for just having an opinion on something, and they decided to rebel back. And I think their rebellion has been nice. I think they've been doing a good job. And it should be simple enough to just have a different opinion on a movie. I think that's simple enough of a concept, but nope. It's too toxic. It's too toxic for these people. Yeah, and especially the Transformers fandom. Like, I knew the fandom was toxic in a lot of areas, but I didn't realize how toxic it was until my Earthspark video. That was when I realized how toxic they were. And then later on, I'm like, oh, this needs to be dealt with immediately. Like, we had our counter movement with Star Wars. Why can't we have it with Transformers? And why is nobody doing it? I mean, Nerdsfeed does it, of sorts. He commented on Earthspark. He doesn't agree with a lot of their agenda, but the problem is these YouTubers, these Transformer YouTubers, they've never been challenged before. So they think they're the higher authority, and then also the few conservatives or people that lean right, Transformers YouTubers, they don't say nothing. They don't say nothing. They could have made a difference, but they chose to say nothing. Not gonna lie, Nostalgia Critic and Angry Video Game Nerd made me more critical of entertainment. I mean, they're good channels to follow. I mean, some of their reviews are kind of questionable, especially Nostalgia Critic. But hey, I still like Nostalgia Critic. I think he's funny. An Angry Video Game Nerd was somebody I was introduced to recently. And I think he's funny too. The TF fandom needs their own the Knights of Melvin and Mr. Grizzy. I 100% agree. We need more Knights of Melvin and Mr. Grizzy. I 100% agree. I did not know you knew those channels, but yeah, I like them both. They're great channels. Like, even though I don't agree with everything they say, they are so necessary for the Star Wars fandom. Yeah, more Knights of Melvin. Just make them shills cry. Oh, man. That was great. This is all started to get heavy the moment Diamond Bolt and Kyle Cam kind of flipped from natural neutral to being IDW loyalists. I mean, Diamond Bolt was already an IDW loyalist because I remember his video when he praised IDW. I mean, granted, you could correct me. Maybe that is when Diamond Bolt became the elitist, but he seemed relatively fine after he made that video. But yeah, they went both to extremes. And they're just so unenjoyable now. Like Diamond Bolt, especially, I really liked Diamond Bolt back in the day. He made some funny content. But it's just fallen off since then. It's a shame. He was a good YouTuber. Even though I think his Energon video is completely dated now, but I'll get there when I review Energon, and then also at some point I do want to respond to his Energon video, which somebody archived that before he deleted it, so we get to see it. Oh my god, Diamond Bolt didn't like him back. Wait, what's this? Oh my god, Diamond Bolt didn't liked him back then because he hates on the Bayverse. I have no idea what you're talking about. Let me. What? I did not mean to do that. But oh well. Yeah, Diamond Bolt was funny, but not. He drinks too much soy. Look at those arms. Does he even lift? And counter to cam, well, he's British. He's British. I can't spell cuck without you and K. I suppose he was saying he has a pass. Yo. That was too good. That was too good. That generally made me laugh. Oh, man. Yeah. I will say this. I can't wait for Sunday's stream. I can't wait. Sunday's stream. Let's make fun of the British. No, that's the wrong comment. I want this one. Man, that got me. That got me. Oh, wait, this is the wrong spot. I'm messing up. What am I doing? And I missed a step. I messed up a bunch, didn't I? Hold on. Let me fix this. I'm having too much fun with the comments. That's crazy. Oh man. I'm on a shit. I thought I was gonna say Brian Vaughn Summit. Man, the nationalities talk is insane. I'm ashamed now that I supported Comic Cam back in the day. Yeah, same here. I'm also ashamed with how awful he treats people that doesn't agree with him. I just can't bear to see him anymore. I can't bear to watch him. Yeah, as soon as I found out how bad these people were in real life. Wait. I also hate that Ben 10 Lego IP was wasted on those bad Bionicles. I mean, they looked fine. What's this? Can't wait for Blitz Waves Bayverse Megatron video. That's just. I mean, I personally wasn't the biggest Comic Cam fan. I just stopped watching the moment I felt too much weakness that the British smugness no real man tolerates. Okay, so you were ahead on the Comic Cam thing. Good to know. You were ahead. You're a smart man. Unfortunately, I unsubscribed from him like 2 years ago. I unsubscribed from all those YouTubers because I was in I like Bionicle and Hero Factory. Yeah! Those were the days. Bionicle and Hero Factory. And I'll say this, especially for Bionicle, I don't care what people say, even though I haven't rewatched it yet. That fourth Bionicle movie is pretty good. That was my childhood right there. I will fight them all to the death. That was a good movie. British smugness ended 250 years ago. Yeah. It's a shame what this fandom has become. We need change in the Transformers fandom. And that's what I love about this channel. Everyone, for the most part, on this channel, Transformers fans, agree that this is a big problem and it needs to be taken care of. Because this is bad. It's bad how our franchise has gotten, and it's bad that all these YouTubers are defending the bad decisions. While Diamond Bolt, I stopped watching him less for his antics, but due to his inconsistent schedule of uploads, I was completely done with him with his Doom review. I love Bionicle and Hero Factory. The issue with was Ben 10. First set should have been the Rust Bucket. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. And now Ben 10's over. I mean, except for comics. I think they announced comics not too long ago. Shippers are still awful. I don't care what the other guy in the comics say. Yeah, the Transformers shippers are definitely one of the worst. Who knows? Maybe in the future we'll do another tier list, how we did like with the Shield tier list. Maybe we'll rank the fandoms next for a tier list. We can get I can find images of every Transformers fandom, and we can decide which is the best to worst fandom. Let me just put this here. Shippers in general just don't get the plot. They're the most deranged people on the planet. I agree. They are. 100%. I mean, I don't think all shippers are bad. I think there's a couple of decent people who won't go insane, but there are so many bad shippers, it just gives them a bad name, and I just, for the most part, like, yeah, shippers are bad. They're bad in every single fandom. Which, speaking of shippers, I have a little bit of an announcement for Sunday. This Sunday, Transformers shippers are crazy as that word where it's a peak, where it's peak. Yep, it's the peak crowd. The peak crowd are so annoying. I hate the peak crowd. Like, this thing is peak. I never liked that word. I never liked it. Because how I was taught with movies was everyone's opinion is different. So film is subjective. And I think peak, just saying it's peak, kind of messes with that. I think it's a huge contradiction to how it's supposed to be, where I like this movie, I don't like this movie. But as we said earlier, no one can't even crap on like TF1 for anything. Dude, I crap on TF1 for so much. Like, I crap on it for Bumblebee, I crap on it for Alita, I crap on it for the division of the even further division of the fandom. I crap on it for what they did to the Matrix, because what they did with the Matrix was really stupid. Not gonna lie. The fact that it's connected to the Allspark, to the Allspark and the Energon, which is so dumb, because that means Primus let his people starve because Sentinel just tried taking the Matrix from the Primes, took it away, and yeah. Same with let them cook. Oh yeah, I hate all these modern terms. Like, the funny thing is, I feel like a boomer, but I'm only 23, and I'm gonna be 24 this year. Which, who knows? Who knows, guys? I might have to do another birthday stream when I turn 24. I might have to. I think it would be fun to do something with you guys on my birthday. Because last I checked, my birthday is a Monday, and I don't really work on my birthday. So I might want to. Last time I did a birthday stream, I was playing Revenge of the Sith, the video game, and it was awesome. Yeah. I also miss doing gaming streams as well. I do plan to bring that back. Gaming streams. But we'll see. Part of me kind of wants to try to finish Transformers the game. I have to talk to my fellow co-host, see if he's still willing to do it. And we try finishing that game. Or if I try a different game for now until then. But yeah. Away from anime was form of anime. There's so much that I've... Oh, I want to bring this one up. Remember that guy from the Shippers video who talked with you about Stranger Things? I still do not feel bad that I was not nice to him under the Clownfish TV videos. These weirdos. Yeah, that was Oh, yeah, I remember what I was talking about now. Thank you, Eric, for reminding me. But speaking of that Clownfish TV video, speaking of it, I do have an announcement for the next stream. And I got sidetracked for something. But a little update. Two people made response videos on me. And I've already watched them both. I've already watched them. And they're not good videos. They're not good videos. So if I could figure out some way to make it work on Sunday's stream, I will be reacting and responding to them because they're bad. They're bad, and I think we could, like, they're so bad that you could get a good laugh out of them. So I think that would be. I think you guys will have fun with that. All right. These weirdos should stay away from anime. The issue, they already married it. They already married it. That's crazy. Oh yeah, I think I do remember this conversation in the comments. But yeah. Let's finish Bumblebee. But yeah. Episode 9 of The Guard, just going to be us talking, just going to be me talking about why it's cool to be a controversial Transformers fan. Try to switch things around. People are always like, I'm a controversial Transformers fan. I'm so mean. Why do all these people hate me? No, we need to switch that. We need to be proud controversial Transformers fans. We need to be proud of it. Not care if we're called controversial. I'm gonna say it, and you guys might agree, might disagree, but the age of the Transformer shills are ending, or is ending. Infected. Jeez, there's so many comments. Wait, hold on. I messed up something. I grabbed the wrong piece. What's this? They should have stick to Yuri and leave us alone. I mean Yuri. All those homos for some reason. Baskin Skins, I agree, but I've always seen Megatron and Starscream more of an abusive parent-child relationship. I can see that, Primeval. I could see that. Where am I? Oh, yes. And then we need... There we go. There it is. D to the B, I found your cooking channel. How did you find that? Dude, how'd you find that? I didn't even put that in the other channels tab. Oh, that... You must have got recommended it, since it has my name in it. And then also, my face is in it. So you're like, wait, is that D to the B? Damn! Yeah, that's a small channel at the moment. I still need to re-up. Okay, so context for it. Context. Back in the day before I started doing my base thing, which got me more of a cult following. Okay, maybe cult isn't the right word. Before I did the shills thing, I did a bunch of random stuff on my channel. I used to have gaming videos on there. I used to put my stop motion movies and shows on there. Reviews. Like, I did so much stuff on there. And one of them was cooking. And I made 5 episodes originally. Then I made a revival for 5 more later. But then I stopped again. I'll have to... So, yeah, that's the context of what Eric's talking about. I can't believe you actually found that. I looked up the channels you subscribed to. Ah, dang. Eric just exposed me for subscribing to my other channels. Dang it. That's funny. Oh, that's funny. I give you that, Eric. That was funny. I want to read some of these comments, especially this one right here. And then maybe after this foot, or maybe after a tad bit more, I might be done. Actually, let me check how many bags there are in this set. Let me see what the highest one is. 8, 6, 7, 3, 10. Okay, so this has 10 bags, and I've barely scratched the surface because I've been talking to you guys. I just want Megatron to be this really brutal, violent conqueror who consistently on Dark Energon. Yep, that is real Megatron. That's the real Megatron right there. Yeah, I mostly prefer when he's a bad guy, for the most part. IDW, I was mixed on the concept when I heard it, but just how the YouTubers described it, I'm like, oh, this is actually not that bad of writing. And then TrashSpark replicated it. I'm like, this sucks. Like, at least the IDW's motivation sort of made sense. And like I chose a vehicle mode, and also I also hate what my Decepticons were doing with the Allspark, which was so dumb. And then the more I got controversial with Transformers, the more I learned some stuff. And oh boy, I don't know how I feel about IDW Megatron anymore. I just have to read those comics for myself to give like a decent thought Did I mess up again? I swear these parts were on there, unless that's a further step. Oh yeah, that's a further step. I'm a goofball. I'm so distracted. All right, let's finish this foot. Let's do it. Let's see. I'll finish the foot and then I'll read some comments and then I'll go. And then we'll definitely have to do a part 2. I think I think you guys are really enjoying it. Or at least I hope you are. Let's see. Sorry, I wrote the comments for a bit. Hold on. I'll read them in a bit. Oops. There we go. All right. I mean, I could. No, I'm not here after this. Alright, then we need to do this. Alright. That's both of his feet. And cool, they combine. It's going to be so cool when he's finished. Oh. I missed a couple pieces on this side. Oh no, I didn't. Not on this side. This side I did though. Missed this one. Alright. I can't believe all of this took 2 hours. Like, jeez. Barely got that far. But I'm going to comment and I'm going to go. I am hungry. I need to finish that review too. But maybe next Monday or something, we'll do this again. This is fun. All right, let's check what you guys have been saying while I've been gone. While I've been focused on the set. That eventually becomes the Decepticons. And then before this, I should probably read this one first. Hot take. The only Autobot Megatron could work is if you make him an Autobot before the war, but then he captured by the Quintessons and is given this powerful source. He leads the revolution. That eventually becomes Decepticon. We should all remember this. There is no IDW in a Bay Sing Sea, and there is no Earthspark in a Bay. Oh, I wish. I need to live there. I need to live there. LOL. And then, correct. But yeah, I'm with you, BW Atkins. I'm with you. No Earthspark, definitely living there. Earthspark is banned. Moving immediately. All right, I'm moving to this place. They don't allow Earthspark here, which is great. Oh, that's funny. You guys have been commenting like a storm while I've been working. So many comments. Jeez, guys. I mean, I'm glad that people are commenting so much on these streams. Because I remember when my streams were kind of dead and barely anyone would comment. It would just be Eric back in the gaming stream days. But, yeah. Alright, boys. Even though this is really sad, I'm gonna head out. Have a good day, guys. I hope to get the new Cyberworld episode out by somewhere later today or tomorrow. Yep, Eric. I mean, Prime Vault is correct. I will see you all live again on Sunday morning as usual, and we're going to be talking about being proud, controversial Transformers fans and the benefits of being one. And then also responding to those people who made videos on me. So yeah, or at least try to. It's going to be fun. I'll see you guys Sunday. I hope you I'll try to get my video up soon. Have a nice day, everybody. And always criticize and rise up.